What's going on, guys? Deathstroke here. It has been far too long since I've uploaded a video, but I did want to get this one knocked out. And I have a few others that I'll be working on this weekend, thus I can upload during the week since I have 4 days off. Alright, so I wanted to talk about, in this video, playing into the enemy's hand. Something I do a lot differently than some of my friends do and some of the other people do is that they constantly play into the enemy's hand. And I don't do that, especially with me trying to make my KD up. I mean, you could call it camping, you can call it whatever, it all depends. But you could see, I went into the tunnel, I'm going into the area to kill the person. And, you know, I'm moving around, but you'll notice something that I do later on in the thing that everyone needs to do, and that's not play into the enemy's hand. I'm going to keep saying it because I constantly play where people are going, go into this tunnel. Why am I going to go in the tunnel if there's 3 people? They have the advantage because we are coming to them. It's ridiculous. Don't feed into them because all you're doing is feeding them points. So I'll caveat by saying we end up losing this game. We end up losing it. And, you know, there's not much I could have done about that. It was just me. I was solo queuing. But my goal wasn't necessarily to win the game. Although, you know, I get it, it's objective, it should be. But my goal wasn't to win. My goal was to potentially win, you know, if I could, if the team was good enough. But this team didn't want to win because they kept doing exactly that. Running into the enemy, thinking it was the brightest idea in the world to just run right at them when there was no reason to. Why would you run at the enemy when the enemy can as easily come to you? So as you see, I didn't just stay in one point. But on Vostok, if you're getting rushed by a team and say you're down or something, I suggest you go over where C is and go up top. And wait, don't go on base level because you can get hit from too many angles. Use your cover, use your concealment, and use your height advantage to rape face and make shit happen. Because that's exactly what you can do as long as you're using your cover, using your concealment. You're getting around the map in a swift fashion. I mean, you go into cover, you get a few kills, you bounce out. If you get trapped, hey, at least you're trapped in cover. There's no one that's going to pick you. You see how they're all base level? If there wasn't a dude that came up, they could have been picked off pretty easily if we set ourselves up right. All right, so the next thing is also, while you're doing this, while you're taking the advantage of trying to get the most out of all of this stuff, make sure that you control the heavy. I'm going to make an entire video on simply controlling the heavy. But I just want to add that little caveat to this. Make sure you're controlling it because it can make or break the game. And lose you or win you the match if you don't do it appropriately. So you always want to make sure you know where it's spawning, how long until it's spawned, and if you're going to go backtrack to it or the enemy is going to go to it. Because you don't want to get caught up being sideswiped by an inviso sword, an invisible shotgunner, etc., because it's just going to lose you points. So you'll notice here, just like I talked about, I don't want to stay base level. Why? I could get picked in the back. Well, if I hop up here, I could pick these guys coming up, know that they're going to come, right? I don't have anything to fear. So I know they're going to come up. I'm not going to get shot in the back because they can't see me through that angle. I have 2 people out there. If I was on base level, they could have just destroyed me. So pick your engagements and pick what you want to do. In this game, I actually do fairly well. And look at that. This dude didn't see me. He's shooting base level. And yet, I come up, kill him. He took his heavy away, so he doesn't get to use his second rocket to kill more of my teammates. And then I kill the other dude advancing. Those little things will win you a match. And if it doesn't win you the match because your team didn't want it enough, it's going to protect your score and your KD and not make you look like a potato. And that's my biggest thing that I can say is that I don't care if we lose. You know, I'm not all about the win-loss on my thing. But I do care if I'm getting destroyed because I'm doing something that I could avoid. So don't do something that you could avoid. Get at it, and if you need to go up into a place and get some cover, get the high ground, go and get the high ground. I mean, those little things, you know, are making the game. Look at that. I didn't fear death. There's no reason to get into these engagements to where you're on base level or you feel like you have to go. All my shots are 1v1s for the most part. Well, like, I don't need to do much. I mean, I'm running in here, I'm killing a guy. I'm not staying in the same spot. You're gonna see me bounce around, and have seen me bounce around throughout this entire video in multiple different locations. And that's what I want to point out. I'm not just camping in the back of the map of distant shores, i.e. shores of time, with nameless midnight like the fuckface that we've all seen. The camp's in the far back, and then he has a little bitch that's right next to him, hugging his hand with Mida, and they're just kind of camping. That's a little bit different, but you know, because they're never moving. I played against people to where they never move until you somehow kill them. But we make some plays. I mean, we kill this guy, we come up, we get a kill on this guy, and we're not in the same spot. I'm not in the crow's nest up there, but we're making stuff happen. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Go make stuff happen. Mind your engagements and don't put yourself into stupid scenarios, because you can come out and win. Grant, I'm using the fucking meta, Uriel's Gift and Antiope in this clip. When I was using lately has been Vigilance Wing, Last Hope, and I found a new love for Vigilance Wing that I did not previously have. So, alright guys, stay awesome. This guy should have died. You awesome people. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. I'm going to throw on some tunes, like I said. And then, yeah, I'm going to move on to making my next video. Go out and do some great things and whoop some ass. Until next time, Deathstroke out.